Hey strangers of the internet, welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be a TBR slash vlog to the library. In this video, I want to talk about books, obviously. It's the beginning of Black History Month, and this month I intend on reading from various different Black authors and educating myself throughout the month of February, which I try to do every month, not just 1 month out of the year. I think that's important for everyone to do. So let's get into this TBR. I have some of the books I plan on reading here on my physical TBR, and then that's why we're going to the library to get the rest and peruse around. So the first book I have is actually a reread. I read this like 6 times, 5 or 6 times, I think. It's called Righting My Wrongs, Life, Death, and Redemption in an American Prison by Shaka Singhor. The first time I read this, I was like 16, and it changed me for the better. I was crying like every other chapter. Just the impact was insane. I won't go too much into the books and my thoughts in this video, maybe another video later in the month. But yeah, so the second 2 books are from Angie Thomas, The Hate You Give and Concrete Rose. So The Hate You Give came out my senior year of high school, and there was a lot of hype around it, and I just never read it. I had it on my shelf. I've had this on my shelf for a long time, and I don't know, I just never read it, and I feel like I should at this point, for the critical acclaim it's gotten. And then I have Concrete Rose, which takes place, I believe, 17 years before the events of The Hate You Give. Yes. Yeah. So that's that one. And then the last book that I physically have on me is Let Love Have the Last Word by Common. I started this, I got about 30 pages in, and then I didn't continue. I've had this for a few years too. So that's definitely another book I want to finish this month. So yeah, okay, that's all I have physically. Now let's go to the library and find some more books. Okay, sorry for the unpleasant angle. We're at the library, but before I left, I realized my library card is missing, so we're gonna have to get a new one of those before we go for the books. So I'm back in the car. The library was busy. I didn't feel comfortable filming in there. But I did find several books, so I will show this to you now. Okay, so one of the books I picked up was Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. This is a teen fiction. This will actually be a reread for me. I read it once several years ago. It follows Will, whose brother was shot and killed, and now Will has to, by the code he lives by, he has to get revenge for his brother. But as he makes his way down to the ground floor of the building he lives in, each level or each floor, he's confronted by a different ghost from his past. And he is confronted with a lot and has to think about a lot. One thing I like about this book is it's written in prose, and I feel when done in a way, it can, a good way, which I feel like this book does, or this author does, when done correctly, it can leave a big impact and a lasting effect on the reader. Which I feel like it did for me because it stuck with me for many years, and I do think about this book fairly often. Okay, the next book I picked up is Black Folk, The Roots of the Black Working Class by Blair L.M. Kelly. It's nonfiction. I picked it up because the theme of Black History Month for this year is African Americans and labor. I feel like this is, you know, nonfiction, so it's educational, and it fits in with the theme. So I feel like this is a good pick to pick up. And then the last book, I technically picked up 2 books because it's a book and it's sequel. So this is the first book, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, and then the second book is A Psalm of Storms and Silence. So if I really like the first book, I don't have to wait and go back to get the second one. But they're written by Roseanne A. Brown. It follows Malik. Yep, Malik. His sister was abducted by a vengeful spirit. In order to get her back, he makes a deal with the spirit. The deal is to kill a princess. The princess he goes after has her own motives for things. Her mother is deceased. She wants to bring her back. In order to do so, she needs the beating heart of a king. So she, I don't know if it's a contest. She basically hosts a thing to find a king, and Malik wants to be the king to get close to her, or at least go through the competitions to get close to her. And she has, you know, similar motives in getting close to someone. Yeah, so it sounds good. I'm excited to read this one as well as the rest of them and the ones I previously stated earlier in the video. I do have homework that I have to finish and exams I have to study for, so I can't read right away. But when I start reading, I'll try to do like a vlog type video or something to update you guys as I continue to read. But yeah, stay tuned for that, and thanks for watching.